When it comes to men, I want a turnkey. Like, I don't want to fix and flip. I want him ready, no updates necessary. I want a turnkey man.
This is your sign to just go on Bumble and start talking to the guys that are 65 and up. I literally just went on a dinner date. That's it. Nothing else. Talked for a few hours. Watched a football game. I'm $900 richer. And I'm going to a Laker game next week.
Go ahead. Let's light this candle, huh? I mean, sure, I'll lose everything, but then I'll have nothing to lose.
Most women will wait 30 years before saying anything and then file for divorce. And the husband will say, you never said anything was wrong. And she says, I hinted for 30 years. If he loved me, he would understand me does not work on men. It does not. Men don't understand women. Not really. We need explicit instructions. Implicit relationships don't work. Explicit relationships are the only thing that ever will. Instead of saying, I want to feel loved, which they don't understand, right? You tell a man, I want to feel loved, and he goes, well, I've never felt loved. What makes me feel loved? Well, and time by myself and chocolate. Do you want those? They have no concept. But if a woman could say, these are two things that help me feel loved, measurable, exact targets, that man's like, oh, thank goodness. Thank you. Now I have a book for how to take care of you. If women could be measurable and if men could ask, either one, I think would be okay.
So I just have a question. Where are the men genuinely asking from a woman who is single in her 40s? I've done the dating apps. I've done it. I'm done with it. I'm done. But I've noticed the last couple of men that I've dated, gone on dates with, they want to be chased. They want to be courted. They want to be the woman. When did this happen? Why did this happen? When did this happen? Where are the men that actually want to be men and be gentlemen and be chivalrous and be respectful and want to do all the manly things? Where are you people? Honestly, where are you people? I don't understand this. It's like they are waiting for me to ask them out on a date. They're waiting for me to say, oh, are you available Friday night? Hello. When did this happen? And I'm talking about middle-aged men here. I'm not talking about guys in their 20s. And honestly, maybe I should start dating younger people. I don't know. But I'm talking about middle-aged, over-the-hill, balding men. And there's nothing wrong with going bald, by the way. I'm just saying, like, you're past your prime. And yet you think you should be the one being chased. You know, I would like to be in my feminine energy and be soft and pink, but I can't do that if you are in your feminine energy all the time and you're being soft and pink. It doesn't work that way. I don't want to be in my masculine energy. I want to just not have to think. I want you to call me and say, hey, are you available Friday, 8 o'clock? I'll come pick you up. Great. What is going on in the world? I'm out here on Long Island. For those of you that don't know, it's in New York. Where are you people? Where are you masculine men? Where are you? I don't know. I just don't get it anymore. It's crazy. Anyway, that was my little rant. But genuinely asking, where are you people?
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Well, it's the end of the year, and I just want to say to all of those that I may have offended or whose feelings I may have hurt with my opinions, buckle up, Buttercup. It's only going to get better in the next year.
I've been married 3 different times. I don't often say that, but I've been married 3 different times.
Why do you feel like you don't often share that?
Because it seems like, am I the problem? No, I'm just joking. But I would definitely tell anyone, especially my daughter, please have before you get married, and please live with them before you get married. Listen.
This is why they say don't turn into a housewife, because this is what you get. She has a head full of gray hair, still talking about. That's extraordinary. 3 marriages, 3 divorces, still doesn't think she's the problem. And then she has the nerve to spread her filth to her daughter and to the multitude online. It's Taliban time. Marquettism is for the kids. Marquettism saves lives.
Trying to explain to a man that if a girl says to leave us alone, do anything but leave us alone. Unless it's said multiple times, but most of the time, girls just like, we want the attention. We want you to like.
No means no. And if he keeps pursuing after you say no, he could end up in jail. And who cares if you want the attention? If you constantly need external validation like that, you might need some help. It's not his job to give that to you. So what, you can friend zone him anyways? What benefit do men get out of this? Nothing. Men respect our boundaries. That's why when you say no, they go about their day.
He's looking for a woman that will fit the role that he needs in his life. And because men are always scanning and men are always on the hunt, they're going to give you an opportunity. Oh, you can't be honest? Okay, next. Oh, you can't spend money responsibly? Okay, next. You can't talk to me with respect? Okay, next. My point is that when you feel like a man has just moved somebody out of the way and gotten somebody else quickly, he was already looking for the qualities in that woman that he selected. It's not about you per se, and it's not about her per se. A man is looking for a role. A man is looking for a woman who is going to be what he needs. So, when women say, well, he didn't waste any time. He gave her an opportunity to prove the type of woman she was going to be. Is she going to be loyal? Is she going to be whatever he needs? And if she's not, he'll move on to the next woman who will.
So when I was 17, my parents got divorced, and I guess my dad, lost the divorce.
She explains that her dad had full custody of her. She lived with him full time. He paid for everything. He paid for her college tuition. He actually paid her mom money, and her mom did not pay anything in child support. Years later, when she came back and asked him as an adult what had happened, how did you lose so bad? He said that he couldn't fight her mom because he had to be able to sleep at night. This is one of those situations that a woman would never see this as winning because of the financial aspect. But I bet you anything in this situation, to that man's core, he felt like he won because he had peace and he had his daughter. Tell me I'm wrong.
So, what happened to all the good men? Did they fall off the face of the earth? Are they all deceased? Are they all married? Do we have to send a search party for them? Where are they? What happened? I'm a 70s baby. Grew up in the 80s and partied in the 90s. But we knew what love and commitment was. I don't get it. Because people my age now have reverted to playing games and acting like they're teenagers. No commitment, no strings, no accountability. So, seriously, where are they? So many questions, so few answers.
All I want is a man in a Carhartt vest. Ooh, I don't know what it is. I don't know what you want to call it, but you take an average Joe Schmo, stick him in a Carhartt vest, boom, I'm submissive and breedable. Look at this man in the ad for Carhartt vests. This man makes me want to ovulate. He looks like he's gonna go chop wood, and then he's gonna go have a tea party with our daughter. This man looks like he can crack a crisp one with the boys, but he can appreciate a good glass of wine. And he has a Labrador retriever, and he knows how to cook, and he smells like pine cones and lust. I can't even see this man's face, and I don't need to. Smash. Look at this. Oh, what's in here? What's in my Carhartt vest? Just a man who can find my... Look at this.
What's it like dating in 2026?
It's trash. Everybody thinks they have options. If you're a pretty girl, most of the guys in your DMs, they just want to crack.
And also, everybody lies. Nobody's actually like transparent enough. People go on dates every other day with other people.
How long have you two been together?
We're not dating.
Never.
This is my roommate.
What's it like actually having a man as a roommate?
It's horrible and it's weird. I don't recommend it, by the way.
I don't recommend it either.
Yeah, it's actually really weird.
What don't you like about it?
It's just uncomfortable sometimes.
Especially if they like to be in your business.
So how would you feel if he was bringing other women over?
It just makes me uncomfortable.
But then why even room with a man?
For a job opportunity.
How do you feel having a woman as a roommate?
Doesn't bother me. She ain't got no friends, but it is what it is.
Under the right circumstance, would you let him hit?
Absolutely not. I'm super religious, so this is literally the problem of this generation.
So you're a virgin?
No.
So when did you discover God in your life?
This past 2 years.
And you've been abstinent for the last 2 years?
No.
Are you abstinent now?
Yes.
What made you decide to take that step in life?
Because I want it better for myself. The life that I want is not accessible if I continue being the old person that I was. Old patterns, you know?
So a lot of these modern women will say that they want a man, they want a family, and they'll do anything for a family, but they really won't. And this is honestly and truly why a lot of relationships don't work. Because a lot of modern women say, well, I want this, I'm willing to do anything for it, but then they don't, not even close. And, you know, a lot of times modern women like to say, well, you know, I'm the only one putting into the relationship and all the other nonsense, and you're flat out lying is what you're doing. You're flat out lying. You think that you're the most important person in the relationship, and you're not. People in relationships and in marriage have a tendency to think whatever they're doing, nobody else is doing more. You know, I'm really doing a lot. And, you know, I saw them sitting on the couch watching TV, so they must not be doing as much as I am. You know, this got done, so they must not be doing as much as I am. And I do this, I do that, so they must not be doing as much as I am. And that's actually not even true. When you stop to consider, and when you stop to look around and say, oh, well, they did this, they did that. Oh, wow, okay, you know, I guess it is a little bit more equal than I was saying that it was. That's what a lot of people do, right? And when you listen to a lot of these modern women and they talk about their schedule and they talk about, well, I can't find a man, but then I gotta go speak on this panel and I'm not gonna put my friends off. I think there was this woman talking about she kept on trying to reschedule with the man for like 2 or 3 weeks, going on like the 4th week. That's undisciplined. Well, I gotta speak on the panel. Okay. Well, I have a rest day. You know what I mean? Well, I have certain days I rest and I don't do anything. Now you're getting downright stupid. Well, you know, I'm not going to put off my friends for some random man. So they fill their time up with, you know, and I understand it, but they fill their time up with different things. And then when the opportunity that they actually want comes around, this one was talking about, man, it was a perfect opportunity. It was a rom-com moment. And I was like, wow, I want to pursue this. But you don't have any time in your schedule to pursue things. And I understand you go out there, you make your schedule, you stay busy, keep doing that. But then they don't have the critical thinking to say, okay, this can flex. Hey girl, I'm going out on a date. Can we meet Friday? Oh yeah, girl, go ahead. But I'm gonna tell you right now, That girl would do that if she met a guy like that. And she would expect you to understand, and you would understand. If I met modern women are what they would do, they're running a business, they would say, let me go ahead and shift her. It wouldn't be any nonsense about I got this going on, I got that going on. They would shift whatever they were doing to try to land that big client, whatever they were doing. And the girlfriends would have to understand. And as a matter of fact, the girlfriends would understand. And they would throw her a party. Let's go out for drinks, spill the tea. That's what they would do. But they don't treat the man that they actually like. They don't treat these guys with respect at all. They don't treat men that they want to be in a relationship with respect at all. That's why they do this type of stuff. Oh, I do this, I did it, I went here, I got this done. And he just whatever. And men know that. He just whatever. Just whenever I can get to him. Let's go for drinks. And men know y'all are doing that. And these be the same type of women that go to these events and they'll sit up there and say, why no man coming up to us? How come no men approach us? Same women. I'm not joking. Have a video on their page. Not even, probably at this point in time, a couple months back, if that. Talking about men don't approach. Talking about, I went to a singles event and these men, they didn't come up to me. I was nervous and I went and sat with the girls. And they say this stuff with their full chest online and they don't know how silly they sound.
Hot take that I've never heard anybody talk about on this app. How about a marriage body? Yeah. Like, we know and love the revenge body, but how about the marriage body? How about we get hotter and hotter and hotter for the person who chose us forever? And vice versa. They get hotter for us. And then on the side, we're also investing money and we're just getting hotter and richer together. And I got it all at home. You got it all at home. I know it. You know it. The world knows it. And we're just like, it's just a cute little flex. Like,
what's wrong with that?
No, I want to be my man's dream girl till the day I... And I don't care. Then it's on the inside what counts. Yeah, and vice versa. It is on the inside that counts, and like his work ethic and heart and blah, blah, blah. But also, oh no, my man's back is getting so big and muscly. Said no one ever. Like, why? I'm sorry. Like, I'm not sorry. You should want to be hot for your spouse. Yeah. Okay? Period. You should.
The guys who I show little interest in are literally blowing up my phone, and the guys I'm showing interest in are ghosting me. This is a perfect example of cologne. When you're not interested in someone, there's no resistance. So all of your bad habits aren't present. Usually when you desire someone or you're wanting more intimacy, more connection, you want things to go deeper, there's all sorts of little ways that you'll start tensing against intimacy, especially if that's something that you've struggled with for a long time, or you'll start bracing for rejection, bracing for disappointment, bracing, anticipating the other shoe to drop, not feeling safe, not feeling secure. What if I lose him? All of those habits have got to go. And this is why behavior shopping doesn't really work, because it doesn't solve the root of the issue, and that's how people get defeated in their love life. If you don't know what I mean by cologne, you can go watch my playlist on it. I explain it more there. I also have a really in-depth training on it inside Texting Magic, and that's really where I teach you how to stop bracing. Like, we go really in depth in there. There's really no getting around this, because when you like someone, you can't signal disinterest and expect it to go somewhere, right? If you don't like someone, usually what that's doing is it's just neutral. And so neutral, no resistance, that'll get you pursued. But most people don't feel that way when they really like someone. And so what you can't do is, hey, I really like you and I'm signaling yes. Now, please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. You can't do that. That's the part that screws everyone up.
Oh, goody. It seems I struck just the right chord in regards that someone doesn't seem to like my video very much. And that is most unfortunate for them, because that really only indicates that they are possibly not enlightened enough to understand the very striking similarities between misandry and racism. Because I might remind everyone out there that they are both forms of bigotry. And for those who need reminding, bigotry is prejudice against an entire group of people based on their membership of a particular group. And that happens to be based on a person's manhood, or in this other case, on their skin tone. Doesn't a person see the similarities there? Or let me make it a little bit more clear. Both involve hating someone by virtue of a characteristic that they have absolutely no control over, whether it be their gender or their skin tone. Please let me know if I can clear that up any more for anyone that is still confused.
Okay, public service announcement for women. You are going to look better and better the older that you get. They really did their big one. They don't want us to know this because they want to keep girls that look like girls, like underage girls, but you will only get more and more beautiful as you get older and older. Like, I'm 34 and I'm undeniably hotter than I was when I was 30, when I was 25, when I was 20. And I don't know how to explain it. Like, I have more wrinkles, I have gray hair. Like, all the things that they told you, I have cellulite, I have, like, my body's changing, all the things that they told you were gonna hate about yourself, you might just get there and realize that literally none of that stuff matters, because now you are a fully self-embodied adult woman, and there is nothing more beautiful and effervescent and attractive and sexy than that. When I was getting divorced, I was 27 when I got divorced. Yes, I was a child bride, I got married when I was 26, and I remember thinking, like, this is the hottest I'll ever be, and it will suck to, like, meet a man later in life and he's never even gonna know me at my hottest. Guys, the gag is I'm hotter now than I was when I was getting divorced when I was 27. I just don't feel like we're talking about this enough, because they really got in our heads, making us think that we need to keep looking younger and younger. It's crazy because, like, we're getting hotter, guys, we're getting hotter. They're getting uglier. Are we ready to talk about that? They're getting uglier. Are we gonna have that conversation? Dismantle your internalized patriarchy and misogyny. Look forward to getting older. Internalize the fact that you are going to be more and more beautiful with every passing year, with the more life that you've lived, with the more knowledge that you hold, with the more wisdom that you hold. Like, you are only going to look more beautiful. There will be more sparkle behind your eyes if you can hold on to that, if you can believe that about yourself. Stay woke.
Can I be mean for just a second? Can we ban the men from the Pilates classes? Because that, like, used to be my safe space. I didn't like going to the gym just because of the dudes, honestly. Pilates was my safe space. Now, almost every class I go, there's some guy, which, like, good for him that you're, like, trying a new exercise, you're asking about the Pilates socks, you're struggling on the reformer, but, like, you don't need to be here, buddy.
Or how about you do your Pilates classes at home? Men have a right to go to the gym and do those classes if they want. Are we really to that point where men can't even go out and do things normally without being, like, shamed for it? And we never see men making videos being like, man, I wish women didn't show up for those classes. You'll see men being like, why do women show up for the boxing classes? That's for me. I just don't get it. You want a whole gender isolated from the classes that you take. You don't even know these people. He's just in there doing his thing. You don't have to look at him or acknowledge him. Just do your thing. Just mind your business. Men don't approach women anymore. Used to be a man would approach a woman, he would get her phone number, would then get a date and then gradually build a relationship with her. You know, maybe he had to go on a few dates before he found someone. There are pretty simple steps to all of it. Now there's unclear signals. She might act disinterested, but she actually is. She may act nice in the moment and then contact her friends or contact somebody else because she doesn't feel safe. He gets shamed for it. He could be filmed and posted on social media. Overall, it's higher stakes and more potential downside to the point it is not even worth it. She may say ew or put him down when she could literally just politely say no. It's not about, oh, the worst she could say is no. That's so far from the truth. A lot of men don't want to be labeled as creepy or inappropriate. Not only that, but there's endless ghosting nowadays. And women are justified with just about anything that they do. It doesn't matter how disrespectful, how impolite. Oftentimes, the man is blamed no matter what. After all of this, Men are often forced to initiate and pay and plan, and is taken as bare minimum, and all of his efforts in the relationship are considered bare minimum. He knows he won't even get appreciated, and sometimes not even a thank you.
Ooh, the girls are gonna go crazy over this one.
Ugly girls and hoes created the feminism movement. I'm not gonna lie. So realistically, if you think about it, every time you are out and you see a pretty girl and she has an ugly friend with her, what does that ugly friend do? She instantly jumps into lesbian defense mode because she is an ugly Betty. The is jealous. So when you try to talk to the cute girl, the ugly friend usually is like, leave her alone. She hates men. It's like, nah, you hate men. Back the fuck up. You know what I mean? And she will keep going. And you've seen videos where the cute friend will even tell the ugly friend, like, no, it's cool. And she still will be like, absolutely the fuck not, because she's not getting that same attention. So in the ugly girl's mind, men are evil, men are aggressive, men are everything bad because she can't get the one she wants, you know what I mean? And so she deflects that onto her cute friend. And so then you also have another subcategory. You have ugly girls, you have hoes. Hoes build a reputation for themselves. They're sleeping around, they're collecting babies, they're collecting bodies. The just don't stop. And so after they're done living their whole life, now they're coming and looking for a man to save them, and no man is willing to save them. So again, they create the same agenda. Men are evil, men are monsters, men are selfish. No, you are just two unlikable categories, and you are going to attract what you put out, which is 24/7.
So you may be questioning, God, what is it that you have for me? We want the full picture. We want the whole game plan. But what God wants is your obedience in the little right now. Are you going to say yes right now? I remember when I was in high school, I went to an all-girl Catholic high school in Massachusetts, and I remember I was listening to the speaker, a very successful woman speak, and I remember she was telling this story about how she is on stage right now, and she used to have this terrible fear of her public speaking. But now here she is on stage speaking to this entire school, and I remember a shift happening in my spirit because I knew the Lord spoke to me in that moment. And he said, Catherine, one day you're going to do the same. It terrified me. For those who don't know, public speaking has been my number one fear. So much so, I changed my college degree from international business to health science the moment I found out I needed to take a public speaking class. But here's the thing, over the years, the calling kept chasing me down. God kept reminding me. He was giving me dreams. He was giving me prophecies. This lingering knowing in my spirit would not go away until I said, yes, God, I'm just going to do it. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it scared. I didn't know God's plans for me. I didn't know where he was taking me. I had an idea, but I knew in that moment all I had to do was say yes to this very thing he was calling me to do. Being obedient with the little. Saying yes to the little, even though I didn't know the next steps, even though I didn't know the plans that he would unravel for me. So sometimes God's plan for your life may look confusing. Sometimes it looks like saying yes to the thing he's calling you to do right here, right now. Sometimes he's not going to reveal the next steps until you say yes to what he has for you right now.
This girl has no shame.
Having struggled with porn myself, totally acknowledge it, so no one...
Have you jerked off to me?
Oh my God, Molly.
He's thinking.
I've never heard of you before, so, yeah.
That's the answer, because your wife is watching.
It's true, I've never heard of you before. Yeah.
That was kind of out of
embarrassing for her.
Molly.
Can I say one thing?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Molly, I have sympathy for you. I do. You're trying to cope with the suppression of your soul. And filming yourself having sex with other men and filming it is not the highest and best use of the talents that God gave you. It's not. And
that is a talent God gave me.
well, it's not the highest and best use, and it's not a talent because, as I said, in my belief, that should be saved in a sacred domain. We're not going to agree on that, but I hope you change course. I think you'll be happier and more joyful, and I pray you don't have to suffer too much to realize that.
Well, in my belief, this is my most happy and joyful.
I want what's best for all of you here, and I don't think filming yourself having sex with men is the highest and best use of your talents. In fact, I think it personally has done a lot of damage to a lot of young men. A lot of married men watch pornography. As I said, I've had my own personal struggles with it. It's incredibly addictive. It's incredibly powerful. It also creates depressive effects in about half of the men that consume pornography. And I would just say that, young ladies, it affects women differently than men. Men are 50 times more visual oriented than women. And that's not to say that women don't consume pornography. They do, in increasingly higher rates. But I think it's a social toxin right now.
She doesn't even have any shame. I think it's my best God-given talent to sleep with a man on camera and just show the world what you're doing. That's just disgusting.
And you have one of these guys that says, well, I have friends that are solid, stable dudes. I mean, they're out here trying to date, but these modern women are passing them over for bums. Yes, they are. Because modern women a lot of times are short-sighted. They only have one thing on their mind, and that's acting goofy. Doing silly stuff for the plot. Oh, well, you know, I think he's a little bit more stable. And they know that. So I'm going to try to push him off as much as I can. And hopefully he's going to be there. And if not, and I'm going to have an emotional breakdown. That's going to happen. I'm going to get to the point in my life to where I really want love. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend my years building coping mechanisms. And at the end of my journey, hopefully I won't have to use them, but they'll be there. But what do you mean? I'm going to pour my life into my job, my friends, my family, my community. If I go to church, I'll do that. Gym, I'll do that. Anything and everything. So at the end of it, I really want a man. That's what I really want. And I want this certain type of man. I know he's stable. I know this is a good man. I'm hoping that as a good man and a nice guy, he will see what I'm doing. He will see how hard I work, but he won't say that. He will see how hard I work, and he'll say, I'm going to give her space and let her work through everything. Let her experience everything. And when I say experience everything, I think you know what I mean. Go on trip, do all this other stuff. And mind you, we're not talking about, well, you could be 21. It don't matter. But 25, 30, all these experiences with men, with women, it don't matter. And then you come back, well, I see the value in you now. I see you were one way, but now you're even better. And we can talk about those experiences that I had with these other men without you being insecure about it. Okay. That's what they want you to do. They want you to kind of step back and just kind of wait to say, I know that's my wife. So no matter what she does, she's still going to be my wife. Insurance policy. So by the time I get to about 32 to 35, by the time I get there, he's probably going to be there. That's my insurance policy. If not, I'll go freeze my eggs if I need to. Like I said, I have the coping mechanisms that I built into place, going to the gym, getting into a fitness community, going out with my girls, hanging out with my girls, being involved in my career, community, a whole bunch of other stuff that seems legit and would be legit in the context of just hanging out, being busy, right? I'm not telling you that you have to put all your attention into a relationship, but these modern women, they cut their brain off and they say, I just want to go have fun. And they don't think about the consequences. They don't plan for long-term stability and future. Other than, well, you know, if you've got money, then that's probably going to be what I go for most. That's the only thing that they think about, right? But they will sit here and pass up the good man who honestly and truly has this stuff. One guy said, well, you know, my friends make good money, make great money to you because you live on earth. Great money to you because you have a logical ideology about things. This modern woman look at it as 100K and say, well, I make 99K or I make 80K. So that's the same thing as 100K. Huh? That sounds stupid. It does. But that's what they think. If I make 80K and I'm a woman and I have it way harder than him, imagine if I was a man, then I would be making 100K. He needs to be making at least 160K, at least minimum 140, minimum. There's something wrong with him. I can't do that. They think of all types of reasons, all types of silly reasons to be out here messing around, playing in a man's face.